Hello, everybody. It is 4 o'clock on the 20th of July. Can you believe it's the 20th of July already? This is Amy from Seriously Sweet and Cookie Snack Attack with Seriously Sweet. If you will give me just one moment, I want to share this over into the Cookie Snack Attack group. And I just want to confirm that everyone received their text messages. So while I'm doing that, if you guys will just take a look, take a minute. If you haven't subscribed to our text alert service for when we go live, you can do that now by texting the word live stream to the phone number 540-870-0726. Hold on just one second. Let's see if everybody's making it here. We're going to be making this super cute little toucan. He's so cute. Toucans everywhere. Toucans and Tiki. All right, so I just got my Facebook Live alert. I just got my live stream alert from texting, and I just got my YouTube alert. So I think that we have all the alerts up. Please don't worry. 4 o'clock is an odd time for me to be on. It's an extra tutorial for the day, so please don't worry if you can't stay or you can't attend right now. You can watch this later. It's one cookie. It's the toucan. I just want to make sure that we get him done so that we don't miss him, because the cutter comes from Shaby, and I have the link on the free supply list that I just put into the coffee shop. But she actually has about, I would say, 6 or 7 different toucans. So there's regular toucans, there's tropical toucans, just all kinds of stuff. So if you would like to do a whole toucan family, I think it would be really fun. All right, I believe that we are also shared now into the Cookie Snack Attack group. Let me just get confirmation of that, and then we're going to jump right into this tutorial because it is hot, hot, hot in Virginia. And I have something in my backyard waiting on me called a cowboy pool. Do any of y'all know what a cowboy pool is? Huh? Anybody? All right, Miss Jen is with us. I've got that shared. She'll drop links in as we need them. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. I'm going to take the ticker off. You guys know I always leave that at the beginning of the video in case you miss it. You are welcome to go back. But hello. How is everyone today? So exciting to get to be with you in extra time today. Miss Jen, you're here, right? Hey, Debbie, how are you? Hi, Michelle. How are you doing today? So does anybody know what a cowboy pool is? Hello there from Miami, Florida. Heather, my girl, she knows. It is a horse trough that has been converted to a mini swimming pool. I don't want a big swimming pool in my backyard here because we would not use it as much in Virginia as we did in Florida. So I have a 150-gallon. Hey, Elizabeth. Oh, how are you? Hey, Michelle, how are you doing? Hi, Becky. Everybody okay? So I bought a pool filtration system for a 300-gallon pool, and I'm waiting on that to arrive, and I'll be hooking it up to my 150-gallon cowboy pool. How's that? But it's hot enough here that I can just empty it and refill it every day, and it comes to warm temperature, super, super quick. All right, so it is only 4 minutes after. We're going to jump right in this tutorial because this is your bonus tutorial. Hey, Heather, you know what? Just while you're putting that there, I did used to have the galvanized one, but then we switched and we got the big horse troughs that are made, they're Rubbermaid. So you can get a really nice 10-inch, I think it's 10-inch, or not 10-inch, 10-foot in diameter circular one that's 2 foot tall. That way, if you have dogs and you're worried about like a blow-up pool getting busted or something, that one is fabulous. But I just got one of the black ones because I think it makes my water heat up faster. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. It just seems like it. But yeah, and it wasn't very expensive. Do you have Tractor Supply in your area? Because that's where mine came from. Shout out to Tractor Supply. All right, kids, let's jump right in this tutorial. But before we do that, how about I show you something real quick? Okay, so this is the palm tree from the video from day 5, part 1 that we did this morning and sculpted here. Okay, we got some diamond dust on here. Look at that. Cool, huh? Now, then I told you I was going to pipe the big one and I was going to make it a surprise. Yes, message me because I'll be glad to share that info with you. It wasn't expensive. I think my Cowboy Pool 150-gallon one, I feel like that was like $125 and the filtration system was $50. But this way I don't have to worry about anything getting ruined. So I'm very happy with this, and it's something I can put up in the wintertime. I just dropped a link in for you guys for this for the coffee shop for where the supply list is. If you download that free supply list, please feel free to make a donation. It's the middle of the month and we have a few live streaming things to pay for. However, if you cannot, please just get the supply list. And Rachel, it was this morning it was at noon. It was from noon to 1, but it is saved. It's in all the normal places. And Jen, if you don't mind, drop in some links. And then we have glitter. Where's the candy? Hold on, Jen. I'm coming back to you because this is just for you. So for a little bit of my life, I lived in Florida. So in Florida, as you can imagine, we don't have the same trees there that are in the rest of the country, and everything is primarily palm trees. So you get real used to having a different kind of Christmas, right? So look what I made you guys. This is the big palm tree, and it's fully sculpted, just like we did the little palm tree with the sculpted trunk and the cross hatching. And I went back and did the dry dusting. And then we've got the textured leaves, and on the supply list, you'll find these little guys for doing the sculpting. But then remember yesterday I hit that Michael's sale, and one of the things that I got on sale was those really cool $10 bags of sprinkles from Wilton, the big bags. And it was a flamingo bag. And we used to have a little tree like this out on our lanai. It was a fake palm tree that we would decorate with those, what do you call them? The camper lights, outdoor lights. And so I made us a string of lights on here using the sprinkles from that. So Mom, if you're watching, this is your Christmas in July that I promised you. But look how dimensional this actually is. Isn't that so cool? So I'm hoping it will photograph really well in a little bit. Want to draw your attention to two things really quickly. This is a third palm tree that I made after the fact. So a couple of things. First of all, these are super easy, and this is a very nice cutter, but this is super easy to convert to a cookie pop. So if you are having a luau or something like that, it would be so easy to convert these, baking with a lollipop stick in them, and then putting them upright like this to make a display of palm trees and little flamingos flat along the edge. But taking into consideration, I want you to look at the greenery. I'm not really sure you can tell because my studio lighting is so strong, but the one here that I'm moving, that is all done with the darker green. This one has two shades of green, that lighter green and the darker green. So just get a look, a comparison. I'm not really sure that you get a lot of value, in my opinion. I'm looking at them up close and personal. I'm not sure there's a lot of value to mixing up the two separate colors. If you hate making royal icing, especially thick consistency icing, I feel like this one is quite beautiful. It's attractive. It's dimensional. There's no problem with anything on the cookie. And it's super cute. So I don't feel like, and they both have the green diamond dust on them for a little sparkle. So if you were having an outdoor party, these would hold up great in the sun, and they'd be shimmery. The kids would love them. They're small enough that one kid could eat that and probably not waste it, right? So for me, if I were going to do them for a party, I probably wouldn't. I already had two colors of green, but I don't know that I would spend the time making the second color of green, because I could easily achieve the shadowing that you're seeing there by doing some dry dusting. So frankly, I'm not sure I'd do the second color. Totally up to you, but I think the one on this hand is a situation where you could just move forward and not worry about that, okay? But I will photograph them out in the sun as soon as we finish up our little toucan man. Also, don't forget the toucan cutter is from Shea B, but I did also put the full supply list for you from Dots and Bows for the whole Tiki Hot series. That is also linked on your supply list if you download Day 5, Part 2. All right, let's jump in. I want my little toucan man to be sitting on a branch. So I've just made some marks here for you. First of all, let's back up one more time. Hey, Myra, How you doing? You picked raspberries. How much fun was that? And Kathy, you got random Michaels after you baked. Yeah, and I bet you spent a bunch of money, right? Cat sleeping and snoring. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's so funny. I have one puppy that when she sleeps on her back, she snores. Otherwise, they're generally pretty calm and quiet. Okay, so my little guy, I decided I wanted to put him on a perch. You can do him just as a bird, be done with it and move on. If you want him to be a quick cookie, no problem whatsoever, you can. Also, guys, please try to remember this is a black edible ink marker with a fine point on one end, brush tip on the other. This is the one I use to sketch because it shows up very good under the studio lighting and on camera for you guys. But if you were sketching at home and needed to mark this out for some reason, just use a yellow so that all the colors disappear. Although the Toucan is going to have a lot of black icing on it. So in this case, it probably wouldn't matter. But if it's of concern to you, just switch and use yellow when you're sketching on an order, on cookies for an order. Okay, so I'm just going, now remember I cut this tip really large because I want it to look like a branch, okay? So we did a little bit of sculpting earlier. That's basically what we're going to do right here. It's not going to be as detailed as what we did on the palm tree. In fact, I'm actually going to take some of this off because I want it to, I already had that bag tip cut. So the bag tip is a little bigger than what I wanted to put for my branch because I don't want to have to build his body up that much. Okay. Oh, you know what, you guys? Tell me, I'm popping something in right now. Somebody tell me if the sound got any better just now. Let's see. It should have picked up the mic. I had the mic off. So just let me know if you can hear me okay. And if it got better. Like if you can't tell the difference, I don't know if I really need to plug it in every time. But it is a studio mic. And I feel like when I rewatch the videos to check out spacing and time and timestamps and stuff like that, I feel like I can tell the difference. But, you know, if you can't, no problem. All right, so you see I just did a little bit of shaping, cut a little bit of the icing off here. Can you guys hear me okay? Let's see. Oh, it's louder. Is the background noise canceled out, though? You can't hear an air conditioner and you don't hear it. Well, you're going to hear that, I guess. Hold on one sec. Girls, settle down. I'll be back. Hold on just a sec. I'm going to... Brian, can you take them with you? Or okay. Yeah, they've decided they need to go. They need to go outside and play because Dad's home. All right. Hey, Jen! How are you doing? Jen White, that is my Canadian friend. She has a shop. Jen, if you feel like it, drop your link in because we have some other Canadians on with us and they might live near you. All right. I'm going to do a little bit of sculpting. She's in Peterborough. Look, I got it right again. She's in Peterborough, Ontario, Peterborough, Canada. So if you would like to visit her, she has a beautiful cookie shop there. Thank you for tuning in, Miss Jen. I guess it's Tuesday, right? So maybe that's why you had time because you're as busy as I am all the time. I know the Jen and my other friend Jen is here too. Yes, Emily May's Cookies and Sweets. And I don't know if that'll be a live link, but you can drop a link in if you want, Jen. Let's see. On the phone, no difference with the mic. Okay. And what I usually notice, I did it, Jen. What I usually notice with these different mics is some of them have background noise cancellation. All right, so can you see the sculpting? I made a line. I'm making lines this direction. And then I'm going back from this side as it's crusting over and I'm causing it to curl. And I'm doing that on purpose because that's really what a branch would look like. So I want it to have that kind of feel when I get done with it. And these tools are new. These wooden ones are new as far as stuff we've used in our live streams before. Finishing up and then heading home. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Jen. That'll be a live link on the Facebook page for any of our Canadian friends. If you're near Peterborough, please go visit Jen. Jen White with Emily Mays. Let's see.
So I'm just giving it a little texture because I want it to look like an actual branch. By the way, this technique, I know our whole series is Tiki Hot and it's a summer series, but please don't forget this works great for creating 3D effects on cookies, this sculpting technique for like cherry blossoms. It'll be great in the winter time for doing vinery. I hope that's a word. I think it is. It's a little late in the day for me, but to create vines with red berries, this is a fabulous way to do that. And I'm using this particular tool. Okay. This particular one. You could also use this, but what's great about this is that it's rounded, so it allows you to move on top of the royal icing as it's crusting up. And I know that later, if you're watching the replay, maybe you haven't had time to watch the first video of the day yet. So if you haven't, what you're going to need to know is that this is a toothpaste consistency icing. And when I say toothpaste, I literally mean toothpaste, not toothpaste gel. So it's going to have a matte finish to it. It's not going to be watery looking. It's going to stay right where you place it. And it's going to be like a Colgate toothpaste. All right, so I've got my branch situated. And don't worry about the little overshadowing of brown stain on the other parts because that is all going to be part of the black toucan. Last week, I believe, barking. Hey, how are you, my friend April? Yeah, so their daddy just got home from work and they want to go play and they're very vocal when he gets home. So there is a template that was in last week's download. Vinery. Well, let me see what Jen says here. Highly technical term used by skilled cookie decorators to create vines out of icing. Yeah, true. Now, the other thing that would be really fun to do this, if you don't like sculpting, if you just do that thick consistency icing, that 25 to 30 second paste consistency icing with a very, very small hole cut at the tip of your tipless bags, you can just run it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and you can get something similar. If you do it on parchment and let it sit, you are able to kind of pick it up and twist it and twist those like you would actually do the branches like for Christmas wreaths. And that is quite beautiful. You can kind of use the parchment paper to get it together and then twist it a little bit. Let's see. So there is a royal icing transfer template in last week when we first talked about doing the toucans. We're not going to use this now, but I do have one made to show you what it would look like if you pop it on the cookie. And it just sits over that area. So if you need these cookies to go really quickly, you could make up the beak ahead of time, okay? But we're not going to do that today. Today, we're going to do our own beak. We're going to do the end in black, and we're going to split these two colors because I want to have a little pink and a little glitter on this guy. So we're going to do the pink first because I want to shoot some pink diamond dust on that. So you guys, my cookie studio has a front window and a back window. So I see neighbors out one window and that the water I'm always showing you on my page out the back window. But I just really realized today when I walked around the front of the house to get something, I realized you can really tell this is a little video studio. And I always wonder if my neighbors are going to show up in the window and scare me one day when they know I'm on. Let's see, Robin, Jen's the first person I started watching. Yes, with Tiki Guy Neck, Cookie Lookie. That's right. So Jen, there you go. Let's see, Jennifer, if you turn it on its side, you can get a fairly realistic branch. But if you're going to go to the trouble to make that super thick icing and you don't mind that little bit of extra time, it's really nice to have those round cylinders when you start to weave your vines. It's very pretty. Yeah, I know we need you to do that again, Jen. We need you to get on Friday nights and keep that night covered. I don't feel like there's a lot on Friday night because I usually end up having to push stuff to Saturday because of the store. So let's go ahead and do this section, you guys, in this nice, pretty pink. And this is just a flood and outline consistency. I think I'm on camera. Yep. I'm in frame, rather. I hope everyone has had a stupendously sweet Tuesday. Can't believe it's Tuesday already. It's just like every day is flying, and it's the 20th of July. Like, when did that happen? All right, so I'm going to hit this with a little bit of pink diamond dust. That's the reason I did the pink first, is because I don't want diamond dust on the rest of it, but I have to have some diamond dust on the cookie, right? So let's get that situated. All right. Now, I know for sure that I want the tip of his beak to be black, because when it dries, I'm going to go back and I'm going to color over the black with my black food safe marker, because you know how it dries a little bit matte finish. The icing will dry a little bit matte finish. Even if I pop it in the dehydrator, it's going to lose a little of the shimmer. So I found that using that marker works great to just put a little shine back on it. You just have to give it a little bit of time to dry so that you can bag it if you're going to be bagging it. All right, now we're going to go ahead and do his body. So I'm going to come right through here. Let's go right up against that. We're going to do an outline and a flood. And we're going to bring this cookie to here. Let's turn it and stay in frame. I'm going to be just shooting a layer of icing over towards here because I don't want any gaps. Now you notice where I sketched for his wing, but we're going to go back and do his wing with some really thick consistency icing, okay? So for now, we're just going to outline and flood. I also have an area marked to do like a little winky eye for him. We'll be adding that on later after this is dry. We'll be adding that on top. And then I'm probably going to use something else that I really like to accentuate the little sleeping eyeball. Myra, question is difference between diamond dust and tinker dust. It's two different companies. And I just happen to have my pink diamond dust here because I took my Bakell pink diamond dust to the store for an order that I had to do last Saturday, and I forgot to bring it back to the house, and I have pink here. So I just put the pink on the supply list for today that's from Diamond Dust, but they are both edible glitters basically. All right, let me get a good hold on this because I don't want to break the tail off, okay? They both have mica. They're both FDA approved. It's just two different companies. Use whichever one you have, whichever one you prefer. I think all of them are great. Anything, the sparkle. Okay, so a little bit of shake and we've got a nice smooth body. Love that. All right, now, guys, I think it might be fun to do blue for the top part of his beak, just to make him fun and make him tie into the rest of the Tiki set, because these are bonus add-ons for our highly detailed Tiki cookies. So, oh, that's so pretty. So this is the neon blue by Chef Master. And I used the neon pink, and both of those things are linked on your supply list, okay? Now, the black I'm using here, you can use any black that you have. It doesn't have to be the black that I have, but you know with the shop, I do a lot of cookies. The black that I use the most, that I can get to the actual shade of black. Okay, question. Let me show this really quick because this is important. Someone else will want to know this too. Does shaking now not make the pink crack? Even if it wanted to hairline crack, it's not going to because I just fully saturated it with diamond dust. See? So that held that surface layer in place. Plus, I'm moving pretty quickly. And they were both of these are flood consistency. Do you see how shiny it looks on camera? These are not, they're flood consistency, so nothing's going to happen to them right now. If you wait too long in between or go too many cookies ahead, then yes, you're going to get those hairline fractures from moving it. But the other thing that will help with that is the fact that I covered it with diamond dust. Now, the other thing you could do is cover that pink part with pink sanding sugar with mica in it. You'd still get shine, plus you'd have some sugar. So that would help as well if you want to do that. All right, so see how easy these birds are? So what I tried to give you for your bonus cookies was cookies that you could make really complicated, as I did with the palm trees, or you could do them really easily to have pieces to go along with. And I also tried to give you cookies that I thought would be super cute turned into cookie pops in case anybody is having an outdoor luau party and wants a bucket bouquet. So you've got a lot of things going. Now, that blue is so pretty, isn't it, Jen? I love it. All right, I'm going to turn him just a little bit. You guys know I'm right-handed. That's why I'm always working from this direction. If you're left-handed, work from the other direction. Also, this exact design will work if you flip the cookie over and you want to do one from the other direction. I'll do a second one after our live is over and photograph them together so you can see, just in case you're not good with spatial relationships. Myra, I love this shine. I love it when the cookies look like this. And I'm going to tell you something else that I think you'll like. I just got my palm tree. Yes, bird one's on the way. Cool. You're going to love them. These are so fun for summer. Now, I can't put the feet on now. So tonight when we come back on, I'll put some feet on, but I'm going to have them wrap over the branch, and I'll be using probably some yellow for that. I think I have some yellow already made up. If not, I'll do a white and color it yellow with my edible ink marker just to save some time. But it's going to need to be a toothpaste consistency icing because I'm going to want to get teeny, teeny, tiny circular strips coming out of my bag, right? Just little toes curling over there. It'd be so cute. But right now what I want to do is I just want to put an outline and a flood at the bottom. Now, I know you're thinking, wait, what is she doing? That's not detailed enough for the bird. He needs feathers. Well, that is a good catch on your part because I have a second bag of icing right over here to my right that is toothpaste consistency. And that is 25 to 30 second icing that would take quite a bit of time to adjust to make it. It's not going to lay down nice and flat and self-heal like this icing. This is about an 18 to 20. Now, all I want to do is put an underlayer. This doesn't really have to be perfect at all because it's going to be underneath what we're about to do. But I want a nice undercoat right there. And I'm going to use my pink thingamajiggy. There is nothing magical about the pink thingamajiggy. I just really like it. You can also use a boo-boo stick. You can use a fondant needle tool as your scribe. You can use the handmade scribes. Whatever you guys want to use, you go for it. I do want to take a moment and just pull these to a little point, right? And it's starting, you see how it's starting to crust? So by pulling out, it's giving me those weird, almost like tear edges because I want the point, but I also kind of want it to look like feathers. So I'm actually going all the way down to the cookie with this icing. And that is going to give me a better shot of it holding its dimension and shape underneath what I'm about to do on top, okay? So pulling that through, I like those nice little points. Obviously, you do not want to do this if you're going to be bagging these cookies. If you're going to be bagging these cookies, all those cute little detail pieces we just made are all going to break off in the bag and you're going to get upset. So these are for cookie pops, things that can be upright, things that can be flat in a box, and then the customer will be putting them out, but they're not individually bagged and heat sealed, okay? Pink. That's true. I hear you. I hear you, Jen. All right. So this is a teeny tiny bag of detail royal icing. This is toothpaste consistency, but very small because I need to be able to put a lot of pressure on that so it'll come out squiggly. Okay. So let's do the wing. I'm going to turn this. All right. Can I do it? Yeah, I think I can. Well, no, you know what? I'm not going to do that because if I mess it up, I'm going to get really upset with myself. So let me just put a layer down right on top. It's okay if it sinks in a little bit. It's not going to hurt anything. Am I in frame there? This is the thicker detail icing. So we just want to make, I'm just putting down some base like under wire areas that will hold up the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry because I don't want to risk putting too much weight on top of the lower icing, but I want to go ahead and add these supports, these underwire pieces, so that they will adhere nicely to the already wet icing. So when I come back in a little bit and do my final technique on top, it has something to grab to, okay? All right, so we've got that. I'm going to flip it a little. I'm going to put a few lines down through the tail. We don't need many. We just need a couple. And thank you everyone for tuning in today. I hope you guys are enjoying the little bonuses I'm throwing in. I'm sorry that they have to all be in one day, but it's just super busy at the shop right now with people making up for things that got canceled last year. So we're working in a lot of weddings and parties and birthdays and stuff for this year, but then we're also making up things that were scheduled last year that got canceled due to restrictions. So it's just my live streaming right now has to all really be crammed in at the beginning of the week. So pace yourselves. If you can't watch it when I'm live, it's fine. It's going to be there. You can find the videos really easily on my YouTube channel, really easily on the Facebook page. And thank you for everyone who is supporting the live streaming. You have no idea how much you're helping me make a dream come true, right? Let's see. Okay, so it was April with the Virtual Cookie Club and Sweet and Saucy Life, I believe, that coined the term underwire for people that were having trouble with their icing cratering. But this is exactly what it means. So it is a super handy technique. We're going to leave this cookie just like it is for now. This is all we're going to do right now. And I will be back to see you guys at 7 o'clock. There are 2 free supply lists up right now. There's one for day 5, part 1, palm trees. Day 5, part 2, toucan. I think it says toucans because, well, I don't know. It might say toucan. I'm not sure. It might say toucan. It might say toucans. Hey, Kathy, I'm so glad you made it. Yeah. Or, well, you probably have a bunch of new stuff though, right? With all the restrictions being lifted. And I have maybe one more wedding and then we're all caught up with everything from last year. Okay, good. And thank you for dropping that link in there for me, Jen. And then, bye, Jen. I'll see you later tonight, I hope. Thank you for popping in. Tonight will be day 5, part 3, and we're going to do the pineapple. We're going to do several of these because I want to show you beginner, intermediate, and advanced on these. But we're going to be doing these, and they are from the cookie cutters that came in your set if you ordered the whole set from Dots and Bows. And Carrie checked it for me this afternoon. The cutters and the STL files are both under the special section. No new ones either. No, Bev, that can't be. People are getting married. Maybe it's because you're in the middle of the move. Maybe it just feels that way. But we're gonna we'll pray about that so you'll get lots of business. I know in Florida you're gonna be one busy lady. So, oh, I know. I wanted to show you one other thing before we pop off because, you know, I just think he's so cute. I want to make sure that I have a little extra detail on this dude. So I decided it would be a her. And we're going to add a plumeria flower that was made out of fondant a few days ago because how stinking sweet is that? So that should go on now so it can be properly nestled into that. I also used my needlepoint fondant scribe. So if you have a needlepoint scribe of some other sort, use that. But I use that to put a tiny, tiny hole in the flower. Can you see that little shiny spot right there? That's where some of the icing has come up through because I wanted to make sure this stayed securely attached. And I'm going to use the smallest amount of pink so that if it comes out around the edge, it won't matter that it's showing. But I'm one of the first 2 royal icing transfer templates, one of the first 2 days where those sets from the day 1 and day 2 that will carry you through the whole project. This is one of the templates that's on there, is how to make the stamen and the candies to use the little yellow nonpareils with it, right? So we're going to have that little flower for the hair. Oops, see, I knew it. It was so, I tried to go a little further off the cookie. All right, so let me back it up a little bit and put a little more icing. You have to watch these things when they're first setting up so that you don't come back and find it dried to the wrong element. So that's so cute. We're going to leave that like that. And then we're going to take this cute little white one. I made the little plumeria flowers in white and pink. So I've got 2 going here. And we're going to put this other one right up on top. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. So when we come back, what we'll be doing, Let me just move that. There we go. We're going to put a little eyeball on here, which will be raised. We'll be using this underwire icing so that our little eyebrow is, or eye, closed eye is right there. We're going to highlight this with a black edible ink marker. Okay. And then we're going to finish making his feathers. So we'll do that tonight because I want him to have a really neat, well, actually, I'm going to try to put, actually, that's what I was supposed to put in there. Thank you. I wanted to put in some of these cute little wafer paper because Jen mentioned wafer paper earlier and I hadn't used any today. So I was going to tuck some wafer paper in to accent the little hairdo that she has to make it come off the cookie a little because I like it when it comes off the cookie a little. Now this cookie is not built for this to support something else, like it doesn't have a floral area there, but she does have other toucans where there's areas where you can a different maybe the toucan is seated differently, but there are other toucans on there where you can actually on purpose make a floral arrangement. I'm kind of just adding this to the existing one. All right, but there we go. I will see you guys at 7 o'clock tonight. The Royal Icing transfer template is there too if you would rather have a template transfer already done. So we hit the trifecta, right, Jen? We've got glitter, we've got some candy on here, we've got wafer paper. Oh, I think we hit it, right? All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching. This was day 5, part 2, Toucan of the Tiki Hot Summer Series. And I hope to see you tonight at 7 o'clock tonight. We're going to be doing one of the small cutters from the set that came from Dots and Bows. The cutters, you can either get the cutters or the STL file downloads if you have your own printer, but we're going to be doing the pineapple tonight. And I have some really cute things to show you with that pineapple. So I'll be seeing you this evening. I hope you all have a wonderful evening and grab some fun dinner. I'll see you later.